Hey everybody, Jediwarlock here, just dropping by to give a bit of background info on today's Out of Bounds video. In the southwest of the Searing Gorge, you may have run across one of these stranger locations on Azeroth, Blackchar Cave, one of the only named caves in the game that you can't normally access. It's unclear why the devs placed a finished cave model here, and gave it a name no less, only to block it off before launch, but they may have run out of time to place content inside. It's also possible they didn't want players poking around too close to the western edge of the zone, which in classic WoW bordered a vast area of blank terrain that had to be lined with invisible walls. 20 years later, we still don't know much about the cave or its original purpose, but if you listen closely, you might be able to make out the ambient music of Stranglethorn Vale coming from within. With rocky debris still covering the entrance, you've probably never seen inside. But that's about to change. Thanks for having me, and I'll pass things over to Nathan.
Thank you, Jedi, for that introduction. And I just really want to give a special shout out and thanks to Jediwarlock. He has been a fantastic and just amazing supporter of the All Things Nerd channel. And I know he doesn't have to do any of this that he's doing, and he's just been a great YouTube friend. So thank you so much, Jedi, for all that you do to support All Things Nerd and to help me out as well. I just am blown away by your kindness and all that. If you haven't followed or are not subscribed to Jediwarlock, I highly recommend you do. He does really fun lore and theory videos on World of Warcraft, and you're not going to find another unique channel like him. So go support him. Awesome guy, does great work, and he loves classic World of Warcraft. So thank you again, Jedi. I will put his YouTube channel in a link in the description below. Now, we are currently in Blackchar Cave, and here is proof. I can show you right here. I am in Searing here, and I'm inside the cave. And normally you cannot get in here due to the blocked pathway behind me, as there's like a quote-unquote boulder blocking the path. But I was able to glitch in just enough to put pillows down inside of the cave and get in. And how awesome is this? It's kind of surreal being somewhere that no one has ever walked before in World of Warcraft. Now, coming inside the cave, it's really interesting because you first of all hear Stranglethorn music going on, and I believe this is a direct copy cave from, if I'm not mistaken, of the Curzon's compound up in here on Stranglethorn Vale. And I think this is like an exact replica of the cave that you actually can't enter, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Coming inside the cave, you have all the mushrooms growing and just a normal cave setup, but it's really cool to be in a cave that nobody, like I said, has ever walked in before. And maybe you have. Maybe you've gotten in here and you've glitched in here before me, and that's awesome. And you know, but I just wanted to say, like, I'd never seen anybody else in here, so it's definitely a really unique view and another accomplishment for the All Things Nerd channel. Now, remember, we are playing retail version of the game, so this cave might have changed over the years, especially in the alpha beta. We don't know exactly how much it was changed, but it's just really cool to explore in here and to clip inside. You get like this awesome view of the cave, and there's a ton of like growing mushrooms all around. I'm assuming they're like poisonous mushrooms that they're supposed to be. And I love like the hanging like cave icicles, as I would call them. And we can actually come down here all the way to the bottom and come to the very end of the cave, and it's just a dead end. And then we can make our way back out this way. We're going to use Infernal Strike to kind of speed up a little bit here. And then it just does a, you know, full circle around the cave and goes back to the entrance back here. So really awesome stuff. I didn't know a lot of history on this cave before. I just knew that it was always over here in Searing, and that from what I was, you know, reading up upon with the lore, that, you know, nobody's ever supposed to get in here because it's been blocked off. It's like an uninhabitable cave. I don't know if Blizzard ever intended to let you get inside this cave at one point in World of Warcraft's history. But yeah, as you heard from Jediwarlock in the beginning of the video, And so yeah, it's really cool to come in here. If you haven't come in here, I highly recommend that you try. I'll make a separate video on this place and showing you how I actually got in, because it does take a little bit of work and some steps to pull off, and you need certain items to get in here, because without those items, I don't think you can actually get in. So I'll definitely show you a way that I got in. But yeah, guys, that is what's inside this cave. Really cool to go inside of a cave that no one's ever been inside. And so I feel like we're just making history here on the All Things Nerd channel. And so yeah, so thank you for joining me on this video. Thank you once again to Jediwarlock for the commentary in the beginning of the video. Awesome guy. Like I said, go subscribe to his channel, give him a follow, and like his videos. He's just really awesome to watch. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.